Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
I do want to spend most of the time today talking about what was a terrific State of the Union from President Trump. It was historic in the sense that it was the longest of all time. One thing that was noteworthy in the off-record lunch yesterday that I had with President Trump is it was very clear to him that he wanted to convey a youthful, spirited American voice. He's someone who I think thinks of himself as a very young person, even though he's our oldest president, I think, or second oldest after Joe Biden. I don't know what the math is exactly. But one of our older presidents, he does not think of himself that way, and he does not think of our country as a country that's past its prime. He thinks of our country as a place that is growing and thriving, and it is deeply inspirational. And you get that through the screen as he's talking. You get that even more so in person. He is so youthful at heart, but also with deep reverence to our nation's past and our history. I think all of that came through yesterday with a very robust and very long State of the Union address. I, for one, love these things. I think that the theatrics not only are entertaining, even though nothing is binding in the State of the Union, it's sort of a pro forma type thing, but I do think it is one of the ways you can set the tone for the entire year. So I've always thought that this is one of the great benefits of winning elections is you get to set this tone, the State of the Union, and the responses are always so pathetic. I'll have some of that content for you. But the first thing that the president did right, which is I think he had a perfect narrative arc for the speech. His speech writers were completely on point. Here's the arc, and I think this will resonate with those of you who watched the whole speech. He started out with listing accomplishments, perhaps things that he thought were underrated, underreported, undercovered, and saying these are the things that are happening that are positive in this country. He noted some negative things that he was correcting and put the blame squarely on Democrats, particularly Joe Biden, but also any of his predecessors in the political space. Then he went on to tell both heroic stories about great Americans, whether it be new Medal of Honor recipients, a Medal of Freedom recipient, a Legion of Merit recipient, and then telling the stories of horror stories of Democrat and left-wing policies gone wrong, particularly with regard to open borders, into unnecessary wars. And he was very tough on some of the policies of yesteryear, but he did so via example, not by bludgeoning you just with talking points, but with trying to share the stories of these are the real victims of illegal alien crime. These are the real victims of Islamic terrorism. These are the real victims of domestic violence coming from the left. He did all of that as well. And then he concluded with some real soaring rhetoric about the future of the country and where he intends for it to go. I thought it was a complete masterclass. I think that if you tune in at the beginning, you're going to get all that data. And if you stuck with it, you're going to get more of the performance and more of the theatrics. He was truly at his absolute best, and the Democrats were truly pathetic.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.